If you wanted an American Express card, but you didn't want to go directly through American Express, are there some good American Express credit cards out there? Yes, there are, and I must talk about those. But first, I want you all to understand about American Express, because a lot of people are under the impression that American Express, you have to have good credit, okay? And that's not the case all the time. It just depends on what type of relationship you have with them. That being said, I want to talk about some of the best direct American Express credit cards you can get first before we talk about the other one. The first one is the Amex Blue Everyday, right? And the reason why this card is one of the best cards they have, because it gives you 15 months of 0% on balance transfers and purchases. This is phenomenal. If you're talking about trying to get a credit card, utilize it and not pay any interest on the card, or not pay any interest on the money you use, then this is definitely one of those cards you want to get access to. All right, so this is one of the best cards that they have with the American Express. It's better to me. It's better than the Platinum. It's better than the Gold. It doesn't have those high annual fees and things of that nature. That's the reason it's one of the best cards that they have. Now, talking about co-partner cards, you have USAA Amex, right? So with the USAA Amex, of course, you have to either be military or have a family member that's military in order to join. But the thing about it with this USA Amex Rewards, as a matter of fact, the thing about it with this here card, check this out. They also give you 15 months of 0% on balance transfers and purchases. This is why you want these type of cards. Like I said, there's a lot of fancy cards around and stuff, but when you're talking about getting cards that's going to save you money, going to be able to have no interest on your purchases and balance transfer, just use the money, then these are the type of cards. Now, going back to American Express, they usually pull Experian FICO 8, okay? So they usually pull Experian FICO 8 here. Now, with USAA, they use Experian FICO 3, okay? So this is usually under your mortgage score. So for those of you that don't know your mortgage credit card score, you can click the link in the description and get your real credit file, because that way you'll know exactly what those scores are. Because if you go to Experian, it's going to give you your FICO 8 score, but it more likely you won't see this here score. Okay, so that's the reason that I'm telling you, like, all credit cards are not pulling from the same scoring system. All right, so that's another one. Now, number 3, you talk about the Navy Amex, right? So with the Navy Fed Amex, a lot of people like that card because of the points and stuff like that. But one of the things that I don't like about it, because it doesn't offer you that 0% APR, right? But at the same time, it's a very easy card to get because you can do a product exchange, right? So you can do a product exchange to get this card, or when you have bad credit, so you want to upgrade from the cash rewards to the Amex card, you can do that on a product exchange without a hard inquiry. All right. Now, with Navy Federal, they use TransUnion FICO 9. Okay, so they use TransUnion FICO 9. Also, depending on your internal score. And remember, the internal score goes from 100 to 450, right? So that's the internal score. If you need understanding about how to get the internal score, I can explain that, so put a comment below. If you find any value in the video, please put a comment below. All right, now, and don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Hit that bell. But when you hit that bell, make sure you hit the drop down button so you can hit the all, so you can get all of my videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, that being said, after Navy Federal, then you have the Amazon Amex, right? Business. All right. So with the Amazon Amex Business, it's going to pull your Experian FICO 8 as well. But here's the interesting thing about it. If you already have the Amex card here, you won't get the hard inquiry here. Okay? So that's the thing about it. If you already have the Amex Blue Cash and you apply for this Amex Amazon, you won't get that hard inquiry. All right? So that's a good thing about it. So that's one of the best things about Amex. You can apply for multiple Amex cards and you won't get that hard inquiry. Now, please understand, because USAA and Navy Federal, they do carry the Amex card, but they're not directly associated with American Express. So again, having these Amex cards is not going to influence your Amex credit file over there. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, you also have Credit One, right? Credit One Amex. All right. Now, they also pull Experian, but the good part about it with the Credit One Amex, you can also do a soft pull on this, right? You can also do a soft pull pre-approval. Now, the reason people don't care too much for it, this is more like credit building, rebuilding your credit and stuff. When you're going for like Credit One and stuff, the interest rates are definitely going to be much higher. But for people that have challenging credit and rebuilding their credit and stuff, this is that type of card. So if you just want to have an American Express card, then Credit One, even if you have bad credit. All right. Now, you also have Amex. Okay. Now, the thing about it with Lowe's Amex, you know, people are like, well, what am I going to do with it? Stop at Lowe's, but you can use it anywhere as well, right? So you can use it anywhere as well. Now, with the Lowe's Amex, I think it's City Bank, to be exact. It may be Sacred now. So, Synchrony. All right. So I think it's one of the two. For those that are with me, let me know which is of these that they are actually utilizing to give you this Lowe's Amex. All right. Now, here's another one that people like. It's the Macy's Amex. Okay. Now, the Macy's Amex is usually Citi as well. Citibank. Now, here's the thing about it. With the Macy's Amex, people don't know this, that you can actually buy Visa gift cards with that. So say that you need to liquidate that Amex with Macy's. So instead of you just using it at different places at Amex or whatever, you can actually buy Visa gift cards with this Macy's Amex. All right. So that's just a little insight. So if you need monies or something like that right away, you need to liquidate, this is definitely one of those cards that you actually can do that with. All right. Now, talking about people that travel, you have the Marriott, right? So with the Marriott Amex, they have different variations and stuff. Most of them, you're going to experience a hard pull on Experian. But again, because you already have Amex, you won't get that hard pull. And most people get these because of the points, right? So they want these points for traveling, especially if you're heavy into traveling and stuff like that. That's why this here card would be more beneficial to you. All right. Now, you have another one, and that's the Hilton Amex, right? So you have the Hilton Amex, all right? And again, it's another Experian, and it's mostly about points. So if you want to stay at nice hotels, you know, this is why you want to get these here type of cards or whatever. Like I said, most of these are co-partnered, but I wanted to touch on American Express itself because a lot of people are not aware that you can have like a 660. All right. Most of these here cards, you can qualify with a 660 credit score. So that's another good thing about it that people don't realize, that you can actually do this with a 660 credit score. All right. So if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.